Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative podcast. It's the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions, the worlds of TV, film, social media, sports, pop culture, everything really depending on the guest. We talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis, and on social media you know me as PD Beats. And you will recognize my guest from Vanderpump Rules on Bravo. We're with Raquel Leviss. Raquel, welcome to Popternative.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. How have you been so far during this quarantine? It's an interesting time.
It's been good for me. I feel like I've been thriving, except for recently. I feel like I'm going a little stir crazy, being in the same apartment day after day after day, and having the same routine. But it's been okay.
No, absolutely.
We've been eating a lot of home cooked meals, which has been fantastic.
Yeah, we haven't been ordering out a lot. Like, we've been cooking a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we try to order out here and there because it's good to support local
Absolutely.
restaurants.
Yeah, we have a little bit, but we've been we're gonna start more. But we started just cooking a lot of pan foods, all lasagnas and a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of binging shows. I'm assuming. What are you guys watching?
Well, we finished Tiger King, which I'm sure you've seen. Everyone's talking about it, so we had to watch it, and it totally drew us in.
Absolutely. So here's the question I often find interesting when I interview someone from a show of the reality show genre. Before you were on Vanderpump Rules, were you into reality television?
No.
Okay.
No,
so
I wasn't.
I feel like it's half-half. Like, I've had people that have said yes, and I have people that say no.
No, I never watched Vanderpump Rules before I met James, actually. The first time I laid eyes on him was at Pump. I went New Year's Eve with my sister. She invited me last minute, and that's where I met him for the first time. And then, obviously, he told me about the show, and I did some research, homework. And
You're like, okay.
It's crazy. And then once James and I started dating, he loves Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That's always on in the background. So now I'm really into Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Absolutely. What are some stuff that you and James do hobby-wise? Is there something you're really into? Are you guys into painting? Are you into, nature walks? What do you guys do?
Actually, both of those things. I wish we had paints. And I wish we would paint more because we both are very artistic.
I didn't do research. I just those two things that came to mind.
Abilities, because we totally picked up on both of those things. And then when I went to school in Northern California, it's beautiful, green, lush. We would always go on this hike called Sugarloaf.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So we love our nature walks too. But I will tell you that we love playing video games as well. We love playing Fortnite, and then he's super into Call of Duty right now.
Is he into... So my show, I interview a lot of different people. I interview people from TV. I interview people from sports, but I also interview people from video games. So I interviewed
Nice.
I've interviewed Chad Michael Collins, who is Alex in Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Wow.
And I've interviewed a lot of people for Red Dead Redemption 2. Are you playing that?
No, should I
It's
be?
a lot of fun. It's one of the best open world concepts. You and James will just go in and just have a lot of fun and do anything you kind of want.
Have you played Assassin's Creed?
Yes.
Just started playing that, and it's been really fun. So that's been keeping me busy during quarantine.
The fan bases of the people that voice and do the motion cap artistry for that's a crazy industry, Raquel. It's nuts. The fan base is crazy. They go to these conventions. It's crazy.
I want to go to the conventions. I want to go to a Fortnite convention, but James is like, no, we're not going.
You know what I find funny about Fortnite is, and it's one of those things where I get why, because it takes a while to produce things. There wasn't Fortnite became huge, and then the first 2-3 months of it being huge, it was very hard to find Fortnite merchandise. It was difficult to find it. It was
but now it's the whole market.
But
you can get in Target now.
it's still very relevant and it's huge, and I have debates with everyone about it, but it's not, one can make an argument, it's not as big as it was when it first came out.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it took a while for people. It's the same thing with, like, when I used to play Pokemon Go all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But then they waited too long to make all those new features, and then people stopped playing it, and then they added that you could trade Pokemon.
Yeah,
I don't know. Drove me nuts.
It was a phase thing for sure. Yeah.
So, a lot of things that you see, you know, on Vanderpump Rules, obviously, is food, because, you know, restaurants, like Toms and everything, you know what I mean? Like, it's food. What kind of food do you think has been kind of trendy in the last couple of years?
James. We see you crawling.
I see you, James.
What does I have? he's crawling, so he's not in the shot.
Hey, James. James, we were just talking about how you play a lot of video games, and we think you should play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, I love that game.
We're gonna try that.
So he does play that game. He just said he played it.
Oh, I've had the first one, and I gotta get the part 2.
The second one is better, a lot of people say. So
Nice.
yeah, well, that just happened. No, so I was gonna ask you about food.
Yes.
Trendy foods, because every year, like, there's phases, right? Like, of foods that are very popular, right? Like, I feel like right now, like, hot sauce is, like, insane. I feel like it's very trendy.
I don't know. I don't know if I know all the food trends because I'm a very picky eater. I am like a plain Jane. I like my pastas very simple. So I don't know if I know all the food trends, but I do know sushi has been very trendy for a long time.
Yeah, no, it has been. Can you do like hot food, like spicy food?
Recently, I've been okay with eating some spicy food, but it took me a very long time. James loves his food spicy, so I've kind of over time developed this palate.
Do you know about Hot Ones? Do you know that show?
Show with the chicken wings.
Yeah, the chicken wings.
And then they have to answer trivia questions.
Yeah.
Yes, James and I were watching that. We were cracking.
Do you think James would be able to handle it and do the challenge?
Oh, yeah. He should go on that show.
He should go on that show.
Yeah. He would kill it.
They're making a game show too. They're making more, so they're gonna continue doing like the talk show, and then they're making like a game show as well.
Nice.
Which I find crazy. No, it's pretty nuts.
I thought it was a game show.
No, well, it is like it's like it's an interview. It's more of an interview, and then during their interview they do like different levels of hot, right? And then you can give up. But they're actually gonna make an actual game show with like trivia and challenges and everything.
I swear I've seen the game show version. I don't know.
So maybe
I'm wrong, but I feel like I saw they were like competing against each other. This two.
Yes, on True TV.
I think.
So maybe it's out already. And anyway, yeah, there's definitely something like that, or I don't know, like it's
a great idea.
Spicy food's very trendy, so maybe it's another show you saw. You know what I mean?
Could be.
It's pretty crazy because, you know, you're on this television show, you and James, and people worldwide are watching this show and, you know, are following you guys on social media and, you know, love you guys. Do you ever think about the fact that you kind of like, there's kind of like the quote unquote role model role with Raquel and James that, you know, people are kind of looking up to you? Have you ever thought about that at all?
I don't know. I've never considered I've always considered myself a role model. I know like I'm a classy girl and I'm a class act, but I guess for role models, I don't really see it that way. I'm just trying to live my life and they're just trying to film it. So it's more of that dynamic, but I do feel like I am a positive role model.
No, absolutely. There's a lot of shows on Bravo. There's Vanderpump, there's the Real Housewives shows, there's Below Deck. You obviously at like Bravo events and the talk shows, there's kind of, you know, mingling with the cast. But are there some casts that are like, that I've met and kind of hit it off and they're friends with each other? Like, are you friends with people from other reality shows on Bravo?
Not as much as some other people are.
Okay.
Like I know Sheena's really close with people from Summer House and Below Deck. James is close with some people from Below Deck and $1 Million Listing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just stick with the Vanderpump Rules crew.
I did an Instagram live with Captain Lee from Below Deck.
Amazing.
It was crazy, the amount of people. And I'm from Canada, and like people are talking about like, who's this PD Beats guy? Like, why does he have this? Like, what accent is that? I'm like, oh my god.
Well, you've got so many viewers from so different.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's crazy. I think we've only been putting our audio only episodes for like less than a year, and we hit 100,000 downloads, which is crazy.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you. It is nuts. What are some things about Vanderpump Rules that you enjoy? I mean, you said it. It's cameras on your life. You're living your life, right? But and there's gonna be some times where you're like, get that camera away from me. Like you all do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But are there some things you enjoy a lot about being like on the TV show, Raquel?
Oh, I don't know. I enjoy the whole process. I'm a crazy person because I put myself in situations that make me uncomfortable because I feel like I can grow in those places. So I'm definitely not in my comfortable state when camera crews are on us. But you kind of have to like zone them out. It's a skill. You zone them out and you just like immerse yourself in what's happening right now and try to express yourself as well as possible in that moment.
No, I know.
I feel like I push myself, I push my limits, and I don't know. I feel like finally it's paying off recently. Yeah. I feel like I've been getting a lot of positive messages, and it's been really nice.
No, absolutely. What I'm noticing about a lot of these TV shows like Vanderpump and Below Deck is how loyal the fan base is, how dedicated they are towards certain, people on the show.
Gosh, Bravocon, that is just like something to experience in itself. And whenever we have the next one, you need to go because the fans are freaking out of this world. Like it was an experience that I had no clue how dedicated people were to our show.
Yeah.
And people are dedicated. They care more about my shit that's going on than I do.
And they might know something that you're kind of like, how do you know this? Or what?
Yeah. And it's fun too because a lot of those fans come into SIR as well. Yeah. So when I'm serving them and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're our waitress. We didn't even think that you would be working tonight and it's just so crazy. I'm like, I'm honored to be serving you. Like, it's my pleasure. That's really cool. It's such a cool dynamic.
No, that is really cool. But the thing I've been noticing about the Instagram lives, and it wasn't only the one with with Captain Lee, but what I did with Chad Michael Collins from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, is how like specific, because it's a great opportunity for the fans to ask questions. It's very interactive. I love the Instagram lives. I'm sure you enjoyed the one you just did, right?
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, how like detailed the questions were, like, and they were asking like everything, like, what's your favorite weapon in the game? Why did you do this over that? What's your favorite color? Why are you not in this movie? It's like, what is going on?
They want to know everything. They want to know it all.
I know it is crazy. Couple more minutes as well, and we'll wrap up. It's really cool to see, on social media, you and James kind of post stuff, keeping everyone up to date. Social media is kind of seen obviously as a little bit of a double-edged sword. There's good things and bad things about social media. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people that are kind of looking for attention in the comments and everything. But you know what? But it's like, it's one of those things where, do we block it out or do people have to get better? That's always the thing I talk about with my friends. You know what I mean?
People are going to say what they want to say. And I've learned, one, if they don't know you personally, you can't take it personal because they don't know you and you can't take it personal. And two, people are always going to judge you no matter what you do. So you might as well do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I've been learning to like listen to myself more and like, what do I want to do? What would I really do in this situation and stay true to that? Because people are going to judge me no matter what I do.
No, absolutely.
And as far as the comments go, a lot of the time I'll just leave the comment there because I feel like unless it's a really bad comment, like why should I, tell you that you can't comment something that you believe in? But I also have words that are blocked. So if you type in stupid or dumb in the comments, it won't.
Wow. I did. You're just mic drop.
User, you need to rephrase your comment. This person.
Wow. I should. That's crazy.
It's great. It's great.
It's all obviously like, so my dog Leo, he's a 5-pound Morkie. He has 154,000 followers on Instagram. And yeah, all the comments are, yeah.
I need to follow your dog.
Yeah, he's the best.
My dog has an Instagram too.
I'll follow it and we'll give him a shout out.
His is My Little Graham Cracker.
Oh, so cute. Yeah, mine is Little Leo the Morkie.
Oh, so cute.
So he knows he's like popular. Like he's got that like swag. Oh yeah. It's like he knows, but it's great. Well, Raquel, thank you for joining me on Popternative and chatting for a little bit. I really love your energy. You're great. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Absolutely.
It's a fun time to spend on my empty quarantine day. So
yeah, absolutely. Where can people follow you on social media to kind of keep up to date with everything?
You can follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm most active at Raquel Leviss, RaquelLeviss. And then also on Twitter. I don't tweet that much, but you can follow me there too.
Oh, absolutely. And he did make a little bit of a cameo. We should give some love to James. Where can they follow James on Instagram?
Follow James at It's James Kennedy.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this and enjoy the rest of your night, whether you're going to play video games or binge or paint or go on a walk around indoors.
Probably going to walk the dog and then sit on the couch and watch some great show.
Very cool. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. And until next time, this is Raquel Leviss and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.